you need to do. Ain't nothing happening. No money, no beers, no partying, no sections, nothing. You put me and mine on the motherfucking flyer, nigga, get me everything. And if you can't, don't play with me. I don't know if y'all from here, but nigga, don't play with me in this city. It's my motherfucking city. Don't play with me in this city. Yo. Yes. I'm not upset. I'm not upset. I had no emotion. Yeah. What's that, man? Cut the music off. That's great.
What up? This is Rapids. And so T.I. got himself in a situation where things could have went left. You see, he went to this club for some smoke because the club promoters put out this flyer with King and T.I. on it. And the flyer was trying to capitalize off that situation they just had at the football stadium where King was turning up on his parents. And I explained to you why King turned up like that at the football game. And if you want to check that video out, I'll leave a link in the comment section and description box so you can check that out. But in this newest situation, T.I. was turning up now. So T.I. was out there like the old T.I. and he was basically back to his old self when he first came out. Like, actually, this was beyond anything I really ever heard about T.I. getting involved in, because really, you don't really hear too much about T.I. getting involved in too much. So this situation was unique because he was out there wilding out, and he confronted the club promoters talking about, why y'all using this flyer? You know, on the flyer it looked like he got King in a headlock, and you know, it's basically T.I. found it disrespectful. So T.I. confronted the club owners and he was really turning up on them. Now it looked like T.I. had some backup with him, but the club promoters, they really wasn't saying much. It looked like T.I. made it there before the club was even really open, so people was just getting there. They was just setting up, basically. There was no real guest there yet. So T.I. was turning up, and eventually it looked like a lady came out, and she was talking about, hey, you know, you being real aggressive. T.I. was talking about he ain't being aggressive, but he was, yo. If you watch the video, you can see T.I. was not happy. He was very upset. And the thing about that whole thing is, for T.I. to pull up like that, that could have went left. You see, with Master P's brother, Corey Miller, there was a situation where there was footage of him getting into a situation at a club. With King Von, there was a big situation at the club. The takeoff situation happened at a club. A lot of times we saw situations at the club, even with Finesse 2 times, with club promoters, and with his backup was getting into it with the club, you know, DJs and stuff. And we saw this dude, Rick Ross guy, you know, Rick Ross guy was at the club wilding out, cause they was playing a 50 Cent song. So yeah, a lot of things can happen at a club, and it doesn't always end well. So T.I., I feel like, made a very risky decision by handling that situation that way. There was other ways he could have handled that. Well, the club promoter reached out, and he left a message saying that he took care of that situation with T.I. He took T.I. to the back room, and they had a discussion, and they came to a conclusion that the club owner said, you know, he wasn't involved in the promotion of that event, and you know, he never verified that picture of T.I. with King on it, but you know, he said he's gonna handle it by paying out King and T.I. so a bag, basically. So they're gonna get a bag off of that. But the way T.I. could have handled that whole situation, basically to avoid any legal issues or any escalation, you know, because things could have escalated very quickly, but thankfully nothing did. The way T.I. was wilding out, though, you know, there's other ways to handle that. For one, he could have simply gave that situation to his lawyer and let his lawyer handle that. You know, made sure his lawyer got all the information. His lawyer could have filed something. They could have took care of that situation for him without him being involved. Another way he could have handled it, which would have been quicker, would have been for him to have gone down there, but instead of being real loud and aggressive, he could have went down there more peacefully to make sure, you know, everyone's on the same page. And so he could make sure that the situation didn't have a chance of escalating. He could have went down there peacefully with his goons. He could have had his goons with him, but he could have went there and requested to talk to the whoever's running that place. They could have took him back there to who's running that place. They could have had a discussion about that situation. They could have handled it just like what happened. They went to the back room after T.I. was already loud. The owner or whoever it was that was throwing that party ended up taking them to the back room, and that's how, you know, they came to a conclusion. And that's all it takes, really. A lot of times is to have a discussion. So I think that T.I. could have handled that a lot better. He could have at least went that route first before getting real loud like that. And you know, if the situation, if the conversation didn't go as he wanted it to go, then he could, you know, let him know that, okay, you're gonna be talking to my lawyer then after this. No more talk, you know. The next thing you're gonna hear from is my lawyer. You know, so he could have handled it like that to make sure everything stayed peacefully. But thankfully, like I said, everything did remain calm and peaceful. Well, T.I. was really the only one loud, and he was trying to block the door, talking about ain't nobody getting in here, ain't nobody getting no money, ain't nobody, you know. T.I. was wilding out at that club. And, you know, let me know, do y'all think that he could have handled that a different way, or do you think that he handled that the right way? I think as a business person and as a professional, that's why I'm saying he handled that the wrong way. He handled it more street. That was some Gucci Man stuff, the old Gucci Man. The way T.I. handled that was like, reminded me of the old Gucci Man. And T.I. really, I never really heard too much about T.I. acting out like that anyways. So yeah, that's my thoughts on everything. Look, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. I'm gonna leave some links for y'all. Make sure you like and comment and subscribe and click that notification bell. This has been Rap Hits. I'm out of here.